Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Techno Talks here. So in today's video, we're going to be checking out the Speck Presidio 2 grip case for the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. So this is going to be the first Speck case that I'm actually reviewing on this channel. I have never checked out Speck cases on this channel before. However, I remember a couple years back, I did have some Speck cases and that was for my iPhone 6s Plus. So it's been a really long time since I've used these cases, but I'm looking forward to check it out today. So right away, getting the price. That's going to be $39.99 on Amazon, and as always, I will have links in the description. So the price is definitely on the higher side compared to some other cases that I usually review, but again, I guess it might be worth it. Maybe it's just because it's a brand, but I'm not really sure. We'll have to see that in this video. So taking a look at the packaging, very nice. We get a nice little presentation of what the case looks like with a clear design on the front. It says Speck on the left side with their logo. Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, and then it says designed for Samsung, and that is about it. So we also do get some information right here. So 13 feet, I guess drop tested, Presidio to armor cloud, so that's probably the inner layer that they use inside of the case, just like most other companies do. But other than that, let's go ahead and open this up. So all we have to do is pull this, and here is our case. So on the inside, it actually says you can easily turn big drops into no big deals with Presidio 2 grip. So that's a big claim right there. Plopping this to the side, here we have a look at our case. So this case does have 3 different colors. So it has, I don't remember the names exactly, however, it has 2 other blue colors. One of them is a little lighter blue, the other one is a little darker blue. This one right here is going to be the black one, which I went ahead and went for. So right away on the back, we can see this nice little pattern, and that is probably for the grip, just like on the sides. But taking a look at the inside, so designed for impact, it says Speck. We do have this inner layer, which has a lot of areas that are covered in holes. So it has open areas and also the area where the phone rests, and that's so it can actually create an air pocket inside of the case. I've seen other companies do this as well. This is what case companies usually do to protect their phones, and so this is probably their version of that system right there. So placing our phone inside, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the bottom and then just push down all the way. And here we have our phone inside of the case. So super easy to place inside, which is really nice. Looks really clean, especially with the black S23 Ultra in my opinion. And overall, I am really loving this. So taking a look at the back real quick, we can see again, we have that pattern for the grip. We have a nice little logo, so very minimal branding. On the sides, we have this extra layer of a different plastic, so I guess that is actually to add to the design and also give some more protection to it, just like the buttons are in that color as well. On the back, we can see that our camera lenses are being covered by a lip. It's not too large. The case is flat, so it is just a little higher above the lenses. So if we do manage to drop it on its back, it should be fine in most scenarios, but since it does not have a dedicated lip around it, it might not be the best for the protection. But an advantage of that is that you're gonna have a phone that is not gonna be rocking on the table since it does have a completely flat back. Taking a look at the sides, we can see the texture right here, and that is to give you some extra grip. And same goes for the left side. We have that extra grip right there without the buttons, since we don't have any buttons on this side. On the top, we do have a nice little cutout for our microphone, and then on the bottom, we also do have cutouts for our S Pen, speaker grill, and our USB-C charging port. So this case does have a very clean look, even though it has all these textures on it. It has a very minimal look in my opinion, and it just looks really nice. So testing out the S Pen, we don't really get an indent for this, so it's not the best compared to some other cases where they actually leave an open spot, which is a lot easier to access the S Pen. But again, since it does have a flat back, it is super easy to write on here, which is probably an advantage for most people, especially with the S23 Ultra, since we do get the S Pen. So I'm not really satisfied with where the S Pen was or how they made the cutout for the S Pen, but again, it should be fine. So taking a look at the front, we can see that we have a lip on the top and the bottom, so if we do manage to drop it on its face, then again it should be fine. However, since the phone does have a edge design, it has an edge display, it is a little harder to protect the sides, but again we still do get a nice little lip that's going above the edges of the screen, which is still super good to know. So on the front, we also do get our cutout for our speaker grill, and so that will basically enable you to not lose out on any sound quality with the protection that you're getting on this case. So overall, a really nice and decent case. So I'm actually really loving this case. The design looks really nice. It is definitely on the higher side for the price spectrum compared to some other cases that I review, like from Caseology, Spigen, or maybe even the other cases that I look at. But again, I guess Speck does have the reputation. They've been around for a long time. But overall, this case does look really nice. So we do get wireless charging. However, there is no MagSafe compatibility with this, which most case brands are actually coming out with. They are actually adding MagSafe compatibility, even though this is an Android phone, and I've been finding that super useful. I'm actually using one from Spigen. It's their Ultra Hybrid case with the MagGo ring. I believe that's what it was called, and it's been really nice. And so unfortunately, this case not having MagSafe is not going to be the go-to for me, since I do use a lot of MagSafe products. And if you do use MagSafe products as well, there are definitely a lot of other cases that I would recommend instead of this one right here. But if you're fine with that, and if you do really like the look of this, then this case is going to be your go-to. So last but not least, let's go ahead and take a look at the buttons. The buttons look really nice. They are a darker black compared to the edges, or compared to the full case color. And let's go ahead and go test them out real quick. So starting off with the power button. Alright, so nice and clicky, functions really well. And then the volume rocker, again, they do have separate buttons, which is something I really appreciate when case companies do that. And it is nice and clicky as well. So it's clicky, it's still easy to click, it's fairly easy to click. However, I can still feel a little bit of force. You have to apply an extra little bit of force, but compared to some other brands, this is still doing a really nice job. So overall, I am impressed with this case. I am really liking this case. The design and everything looks really good. But as I stated, this case is probably not the one for me since it doesn't have MagSafe compatibility. But again, if you do want to check this product out, there will be a link in the description which you can check out after you're done watching this video. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe as it helps support the channel, and see y'all in the next one.